Hey, welcome back to Game Hydro. We've got a video about another game. It's called Pal Go Tower Defense TD. It's a little bit of a Pal World knockoff, even though the monsters in this game are unique and aren't necessarily copied directly from Pal World. They kind of resemble them. There's even a few monsters with somewhat familiar names, but we're going to go over some tips, tricks, strategies, and cheats for this game to help you get further, to help you beat more adventure chapters and levels, and to help you succeed in the player versus player mode. Now, hit the avatar, you can go to the character info button, you can change some different stuff. Hit the settings, and there's a number of different settings, including sound, you can link your account, etc., etc. No evidence found yet of any sort of redeem code function in the game, but you can earn a lot of free gems by subscribing to the player community. The trick, though, is once you hit the subscribe button, you don't even have to follow through when you go to the app where it prompts you to subscribe. Just hit the button and then tab back over to the game, and you'll get to claim your free gems. That is a lot of free gems. Anywhere you see a red dot by an icon, you got a free reward to claim usually. Sometimes it'll be completely free. Sometimes you'll be prompted to watch an ad video for the reward. But either way, there's going to be something free for you, or something to open, such as this wooden chest. You got free diamonds 3 times a day with ad videos. You can claim other daily specials for free sometimes, such as free coins, and you can use an ad video to refresh the store or claim free coins. Now, up here, the wooden chest, you're typically going to get parts for your pals, your heroes, in addition to coins and some other goodies. So keep these chests flowing, open them up, and you can continue opening more by spending gems. You're going to have to pay a little more if you want to upgrade your rarer heroes, your rarer pals. But just the fact of them being rare, their stats are significantly higher, as are their various traits. Now, each different pal has a different area that it targets. Let's look at the hilariously named Charmander over here. No relation to the Pokemon Charmander. Doesn't really look like it. Kind of looks like a red Lugia, if anything. Look at the range. That shows that the blue dot represents where the pal is, and the red area represents the area around the pal where it targets. So this one targets all around. There are some others, such as Barney over here, who is not a purple dinosaur, but a blue plant, that targets above and below. And as you upgrade them in battle, you will be able to also increase the area that they target. They'll be able to shoot their projectiles out further. As long, if they're ranged ones, they'll be able to shoot their projectiles out further. Not necessarily for the melee ones, but the melee ones have their own sets of advantages we can go over. For example, Nut-Me over here, Nut-Me, dear lord, is a melee type. And one of the most important melee types that we found so far is Bang-Chi, which has a ridiculous knack for targeting multiple monsters at once. Make sure that you ascend and upgrade them. In order to ascend your Palmon, you're going to need those shards like the ones that we just got out of the chest. The only one we can ascend who's in our active party right now is Barney. So we're going to hit upgrade. We can ascend because we have 200 coins plus enough of the shards to do so. And by ascending, we increased Barney's attack power by 40. Now, if you want, you can... Okay, we can't do that yet. We'll show you that in a little bit, but we're going to upgrade Barney. And those upgrades increase the attack power, the attack speed, and the extreme attack power. If you want to reset a specific Palmon, if you have reborn stones, you can use those. You can use one of those in order to reset your pal back down to level 0 and get back all of your hero gems and all of your coins so that you can use them on a different pal. Now, what is pal blessing for this week? Okay, so there's a different type of pal blessing each week. This week, our attack power is up 11.7%. That's actually a pretty good gig. But when you have a PAL that's leveled up beyond level 0, let's take Gellable over here, you can use a Reborn Stone to reset them back down. And then you can use the hero gems and the coins on a different PAL, maybe a more rare one that you have in your battle party that you want to boost up a little bit. No real point in unlocking in using the unlocked PALs that you're not having in your active party. Reason being, there's major statistical differences. Let's look at Barney, who's at level 2 right now, and ascended once to 1 star, with 110 health and 157 attack power. Pretty good stats. Now let's look at the one that he replaced a while ago, Sereb. I believe it's Sereb that he replaced. Same range, so we like to keep the ranges kind of the same so that we have PALs with different wide variety of ranges to use in various different areas. Only 58 health and 59 attack. That's not all that strong. So, obviously, he's out of the party. So make sure to claim various rewards. And there's a lot that you can get with ad videos in this game. And to some degree, they're almost kind of a requirement in order to stay up to date with the kind of power and skills that you need to continue moving on, especially moving on quickly. Stamina runs out pretty fast in this game. You can either watch an ad video 3 times a day for 5 stamina apiece, or purchase stamina using gems 3 times a day. And when you see one of these flying treasure chests pop by, it has different bonuses in it. Some of them you can watch ad videos for. Some of them actually require an in-app purchase of about $2. But this one has 3 bonuses that only take ad videos. The wooden key to open a chest. The hero gem 2 to upgrade a PAL that is between levels 10 and 19. And then, of course, diamonds, which are the premium currency of the game. That's a way to get some free diamonds. We are going to show you a battle right now. Go to the adventure mode, and one of the weird tricks about this game is you don't necessarily have to play every battle in order to move forward. You can skip battles if you feel confident enough that you're strong enough to move on to battles. For example, if we beat level 1-8, we'll unlock those cloudy areas next to that. But if we beat level 1-7, we'll unlock the cloudy areas next to that. And then there's the Elite Challenge, which is very hard, harder than the standard battles, but comes with bigger rewards. Earlier in the game, we didn't catch this on video, unfortunately, but we were able to skip past level 1-2 by beating level 1-1, and it opened up level 1-3 for us. Now, if you do want to go back and collect stars, which you're probably going to have to do at some point, you can go back and beat those old battles. You can also play battles that you've got less than 1 star on the first time that you played them. And that will enable you to collect more rewards, such as shards for a Johnny, free diamonds, more rare chest keys, like the silver key, which opens the silver chest, which is very good to have, so that you can get shards for some of your rare pals. And then you got sometimes treasure chests that pop up, which give you free rewards for watching ads, such as 50 gems out of this one. We're going to try playing level 1-8. I don't necessarily know if we're upgraded enough to do so, but we can show you some battle strategies by doing this one. The placement of your pals is arguably just as important, if not more so, than what pals you actually have. This bear, of course, is one of our most important ones, so we're going to put him where he can affect the most different squares on the path. And in general, you do want to put your pals where they're going to affect the most squares. That's another melee one, circular. So, and then this bell guy shoots up and down, so we're going to put him where he can shoot up 3 squares, or 4 squares once he's upgraded enough. and then we're going to let the battle play out. You can watch the battle play out. In the top left corner, see where it says ×1. Unfortunately, you can't increase the speed to 2x, but permanently, but you can try it for one battle. We're going to try that. In between waves, you can summon new ones. It's up to you whether you want to either fill spaces or merge them together. We're going to just fill spaces for now because there are certain power-ups in this game that will auto-upgrade various heroes or all the heroes sometimes. And so let's see if any of these are it. Every 3 melee attacks, the next attack deals 40 damage. Fire. We don't have a light hero or a fire hero at the moment, so we're going to pick this one. Make sure to always pick the power-ups that are relevant to who you have on the board. Of course, when we have Charmander up there, the fire ones will be relevant. But in general, we don't have any light heroes. But you can see that the bear, I don't remember his name, is doing a lot of splash damage. That's why he's one of the most important ones. You always want to go for splash damage. We're going to put another one of those nutme's there. And then we're going to merge those two guys together because this is easily the second best spot to put one of our shooters in, our up and down shooters. And tap on the little sword button to start the round early if you're ready before the countdown finishes. We got another level up, another batch of skills to choose from. Scattering splits every bullet into 2 from ranged troops, but it makes them go a little bit sideways so you can't shoot a long distance. I'm predicting we're going to get a Charmander at some point, so I'm picking this fire guy, even though we don't currently have any fire guys. Also, watch out for chests to pop up sometimes between rounds. They can give you bonuses, including placing random heroes on the board. And the more heroes you have on the board, generally the better you're going to do. Whether you merge them together or whether you just place them next to other heroes. This bell guy on the left, that's not necessarily an ideal spot because the shots are kind of slow, but they can target some enemies on the back end. There's also different levels where enemies will come from 2 diverging paths. Eventually, the paths will converge into one path, so you want to try to crowd your heroes next to that one path so they can have a chance to affect everybody. Bounce, I like this one because after a shot from a ranged troop hits a enemy, it bounces off and automatically targets another enemy. We're going to pick that. Now you don't want to let too many guys hit your wall, but you can still have up to 90% of your health left and get 3 stars on the stage. There isn't really a bonus for perfect ones. Massive weapon, that increases your melee attack size by 30%. That allows you to hit more enemies at a time. That especially shows there with the bear guy with his fist attack. Alright, we got a second bear. I'm going to merge them together because that's the premium spot. Merge these guys together because he's in the most premium spot. And just kind of put him here because we don't really have a good spot. But let's open the chest. 3 random hero upgrades, max level 2. That will provide a major boost to us. And this chest is flying over. You can watch all 3 of these ad videos or just one or none. Depends on what you want. We're going to do none for now because we're not trying to put ad videos on our YouTube video. And I want to cut away as few times as possible. So when bosses come down, they will have a ton of health. Typically, the boss actually isn't as tough. Alright, summon 1 level 3 hero. That's pretty good. Typically, the boss isn't as tough as the wave of mobs before him. Alright, this guy gets the premium spot because he's the most powerful. This guy we'll put up here because he can shoot far. And summon a little more. We got a Charmander. He fires a pretty long distance, actually. That will help out significantly. We ran out of time, but we're going to merge the level 2 Bell guys into level 3 on the next go. But considering the large amount of heroes we've gotten in the last 2 waves, it's not really surprising that we're successful so far. So when you get those chests, put down as many heroes as possible. Kill them with numbers. And whenever it applies, upgrade many of them at a time using what you get in the chests. Melee attack count +1. That is especially excellent for the bear guy. I know the bear guy isn't his actual name, but I don't care. Ah, they look the same. I can't merge them together, though. But we got a level 3 Bell guy. See who else we summon. Another bear guy. The more bear guys, the merrier. And another one of these dudes. So we're going to merge them together. Merge them together. And after the next round, we're going to merge the 2 level 3 Barneys together to make a level 4 Barney. Chest. Randomly clone a hero. Upgrade 2 random heroes. Max level 6. We're going to upgrade 2 random heroes. Melee attack size 30. We always like to have larger attacks because we can target more people at a time, and it even increases the attack range for some of the melee attackers, especially the bear. Once that plays out, alright, let's go. Let's merge the bears together and keep them in the prime spot. Any other good merges? Oh yeah, this one. And the attacker that does the least amount of damage, in this case right now, the Bell dude at level 1, they can get the spots that aren't necessarily the most premium spots. Now, if you ever need to slow the game down to think and strategize, just hit the ×2 button and bring it down to ×1. Well, I guess you're stuck with ×2. But if you're a paying player, you can switch back and forth, toggle back and forth between number 1 and number 2. But as you can see, the power-ups that we've got so far have majorly increased the amount of monsters we can hit at the same time. I'm not going to pick the burning one because I've only got 1 Charmander. Physical critical rate plus 10%. That's not bad. Higher hit point enemies take more melee damage. That one will apply strongly because we got the nut guy toward the top and we got the bear. And the fact that no enemies are getting past the halfway point means that we are hugely doing something right because we're not necessarily upgraded all that much. It's all in how your heroes are placed. How your heroes are placed can make just a massive difference. 2 random heroes, 1 level, max level 6. I like this because it gives far more highly upgraded heroes potentially. For example, we've got a level 5 hero right here. This dude, level 4. Start the round. We're 1 round away from the boss. This is going to be the hardest of the mob rounds. But with the smart upgrades, so far we're making short work of them. And if we can keep the health of the gate above 900, then that means we're going to finish this round with 3 stars. The more stars you get, the more stuff you'll be able to claim, more prizes. Melee executes targets instantly, excluding a boss with hit points over 25. Physical crit rate plus 10. I'll go with this one, even though it doesn't necessarily seem to have a massive effect. Sometimes, though, the more common skills can have a bigger effect than the rarer skills, despite the rarity disparities. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. But it's all about how you place your troops. That's the last of the troops that we can put down before fighting the boss. We're going to take them on, see how we do. Bosses have tons and tons of hit points. One of the good things, though, is they move pretty slowly. So you have a lot of time where your troops can hit them and deal enough damage to beat them. Then, of course, after each round, you will be able to double all of your rewards by watching an advertisement video. That video takes between 30 and 45 seconds to complete, typically. You get, out of this, you got coins, diamonds, the key, so you can end up with 2 keys, experience points, pass experience points to upgrade the battle pass level, whether you got a free pass or a paid pass, and hero gems, which upgrade your heroes. And then when you yourself get a level up, then you will be able to get free gems out of that also. So free gems, as you can see, you can get quite a few of them without even having to make any in-app purchases in this game. But be sure to claim your rewards so that you can keep your upgrade level high. Sometimes there are special events that give you a higher chance at summoning various rare troops. Hit the info button to see what exactly you're summoning. If you want a melee or a range type, or a breath type, as Rudania is. I actually like that because that means splash damage. And then you can pick a second hero, attack type mage, probably single damage. And I'm going to go Sharkly for the second one. But you can pick whichever one you want, depending on what your style of play is. More ad videos. You can watch a video for a free festival ticket. And swipe back and forth on that left menu in order to get back and forth between those different things you can claim. More free gems, that's always fun. And the more of the gems you claim in the 7-Day Hero Legend, or the more of the chests you claim in 7-Day Hero Legend, awards, you can unlock chests on the bar above. Those give you nice bonuses, including the one we just got, the silver key, but you can get tons of free gems, dungeon passes for when you unlock the dungeons, lots of hero gems, more dungeon passes, more shards, and then more dungeon passes, and ending it with Rare Hero Sparky, making it well worth your while to try to complete all of those. We're going to open a silver chest over here. I don't know why that popped up. Basically, though, the more chests you open, the higher they level up, and the better your odds are. And in our case, we got quite a bit of stuff. So we got some upgrading to do. But we leveled up the wooden chest, so now we actually have a possibility of getting rare shards instead of just common shards. So the more chests that you open, the more you upgrade the PAL chest level. And the more you upgrade the PAL chest level, the more worth your while it is to unlock more PAL chests. That's why it can sometimes be good to watch ad videos for free keys. Now we can tier up Charmander. And sometimes you won't get a direct stat boost out of a tier up. Sometimes it'll be a secondary stat boost. But the first ascension will always be a primary stat boost. For example, 40 more attack power. You also have a player versus player mode. Over here you got dungeons in the events. These unlock after different stages, and if you want to unlock them faster, you can use what we talked about earlier and skip over stages in order to do different stages. But you have a player versus player mode as well, which puts you against another player. It's based off another player's actual loadout, but the other player will be computer controlled in this round. Now, this goes until... This keeps going endlessly until somebody loses their gate. Just like with the single player mode, in the multiplayer mode, in the multiplayer mode, placement is everything. You can also claim the same power-ups here, though, so you can have multi-shot power-ups that really boost what you got going on. This has a chance at changing the boss that you face, or the boss at the end that your rival faces, into something different, which can put you at an advantage or put them at a disadvantage. And now with 2 Charmanders on the screen, if we end up getting a burning power-up, it'll be more worthwhile, because when you inflict burn damage on an enemy, they lose health for 5 seconds after they get burned. So they'll continue losing health even after the... oh, here we go. Fire attack, 20% chance to burn him. We're going to go fire attack because we got the 2 Charmanders. Always put your heroes where they will have the biggest effect. And put your strongest heroes in the places where they will have more of an effect than your weaker heroes. That's something to remember for later on in the different rounds. Now here you got to pick skills fast, because the battle keeps going on while you're still picking. As always, I like the bouncing skills, and I like the multi-shot skills. And already it seems like we're off to a major advantage against our opponent. Don't ever rest easy, though, when you're off to an advantage against your opponent, even if it's a large advantage, because comebacks are always possible. Summon 2 level 1 heroes. Like I always say, the more heroes, the better. And make sure that your bear is at a level where they can punch as many people as possible, because the bear and others with a similar type of attack are your best type of attackers. I like the ones that affect all heroes almost as much as I like multi-shots. So that's definitely tempting. However, I'm going another multi-shot. When you see a skill that affects physical crit rate, it doesn't affect any of the elemental or magic, or however you want to say it. It only affects the physical attacks, such as the bear's punch or the sword slash by the nut guy. Now, merging more frequently is, in my opinion, more advisable when you... That Charmander kind of looks like something out of How to Train Your Dragon. Anyways, it's more advisable when you have very few premium positions to put your people in. When you have more premium positions, then you can get away a little better with not merging them and instead filling up the board and waiting for a skill to try to get free merges. Looks like that was kind of a break even. Our opponent did okay on that one. Hey, we got 2 chests. Summon 2 level 1 heroes. Upgrade 2 random heroes 1 level. Then we got another chest. Upgrade 2 random heroes again. And just like that, we have a level 4 bear. Now the goal here is basically just to wait out your opponent. And when it gets far enough in, the speed will automatically go to double the speed. It won't be that way to begin with. I like all heroes attack speed up because either way, whether it's attack speed or attack power, that's still 10% more damage. Like I said, these player versus player rounds, they continue going on until somebody loses. There's no timing rate on them. There's nothing like that. They continue going until somebody's wall gets blown up. And it looks like our opponent is doing a little better now than they were earlier. We're going to try and speed this along, though, with quick decisions. We're going to watch this battle continue, kind of scoreboard watch on the other side of the screen a little bit, and it looks like our opponent has made some smart strategical moves that are stopping them from taking more damage to their wall. But shortly here, enemies are going to get significantly tougher. The farther the enemy, the higher the damage. Meh, I'll go physical critical damage up. Shortly, though, we're going to get waves of enemies that are significantly tougher. That's where it'll be seen who's got the better strategy. Three Charmanders, not bad. This bell has literally, not bell, that, whatever that is, has almost no useful spots. We just kind of have to place them for now. This one, critical attack every 5 attacks, is actually super valuable because that immediately raises your crit rate to 20% plus whatever it already was. And when paired with high crit damage, like the boost we got earlier that boosts crit damage by 25%, it can truly have an overpowered outsized effect on your battle strategy. Let's try this frenzy thing. After 3 kills, you become frenzied for 5 seconds. Typically, that's going to mean higher attack damage and higher attack speed, since that's the primary thing that matters here. Let's upgrade Charmander Char. Summon 1 level 2 hero. I like that. Another Charmander. I'll take it. Let's go. Looks like our opponent picked up 2 scattershot power-ups, so everything they shoot from their ranged troops is splitting into 3. That's not a bad strategy for enemies that are right next to their shooters, but for long-distance enemies, that dissipates the damage a little bit. So that's why we prefer to avoid the scatter shot altogether. Looks like our perfect streak comes to an end right now. We can only hope that they're going to get smoked too. Every non-crit attack, physical crit rate up 10%. I don't understand what that means, but I'm in. Now it's really starting to get a little silly. But you know what? When the going gets tough, the tough gets silly, I guess. We're on wave 10 right now, which means a boss is coming out. What it's looking like to me is that both me and my opponent are going to take some damage to the gate here, but we may be in for a little bit of hard luck on this one, because the opponent has a better chance of killing the boss before they reach the gate than we do. Will it happen? They killed the boss. And we did not. Oh well, sometimes you take your licks. We're just going to keep summoning more heroes here and see what happens. And of course, flooding the board with Charmanders, because why not? I just noticed, though, that our opponent is on the ropes. They only have 70 hit points left. We've got 710. So let's hope that all these upgrades have us still in a good position. Looks like our shooters are in a very good position. Call that the pirate ship formation, which is a name that I completely just made up right now. Oh boy. One more bounce. Let's go for it. And our opponent has lost. We've won the PvP battle. See, these things can take time sometimes. Make sure you always claim the tough chest when you can, though, because that thing has a good amount of rewards. Anyways, this is Game Hydro signing off. Please like and subscribe if you like what we're doing.